Airlines are expecting a record number of air travelers over the Thanksgiving holiday. ABC's Lionel Moise has the details of today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, are airlines and airports ready for what could be the biggest holiday travel season ever?
This is shaping up to be a record-setting year.
TSA expecting to screen 30 million passengers between November 17th to the 27th. That's 2.7 million passengers a day, up 10% from last year. But we remember last year and the massive meltdown over the holidays. Widespread cancellations that left thousands of people stranded.
I'm still stranded. I need to drive 9 more hours.
Consumer complaints about airlines also soaring, nearly doubling in the first 3 months of 2023 compared to last year. So what are your passenger rights if something goes wrong? Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert guidance you need to navigate cancellations, delays, and any other travel headaches. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lionel Moise, ABC News.
514, 58 degrees.
And up next, why Amazon is cutting jobs from its gaming division, plus how you can still get free games offered through Prime.
And I can't decide what to look at first, TransGuide or Steven. I'm going to look. Okay, Steven's there, and he's going to get his update. Looks like we have a complete closure of some lanes right now. Details coming up.
This guy again.
Pops! Hey, son, you got a little something on your face.
Needed a quick shave.
Quick shave? Respect the process.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. It's from Gillette Labs.
Gillette Labs?
Gillette's ultimate shaving experience. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex Disc contours to it.
Looking smooth.
Feeling even smoother.
How about hooking me up with some Gillette Labs?
Check your text.
You're the best.
Nah, you're the best.
The best a man can get keeps getting better.
The next generation of shaving is Gillette Labs.
Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Pandora loves Unboxed.
518, Amazon restructuring its gaming division, which includes cutting about 200 jobs. ABC's Lionel Moise has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, changes in Amazon's games division. For the second time this year, the division is cutting jobs. More than 180 positions are being eliminated. More than 100 were laid off in April. Other changes include Amazon shutting down its Crown channel, which streams on Twitch. WhatsApp is making changes to its voice chat. The new version will still allow up to 32 participants, but not everyone in the group will get a call when a chat starts. Instead, members will get a push notification plus an in-chat bubble that allows them to join. Finally, an Xbox controller that will make you drool. It's made of 100% chocolate in honor of the Warner Brothers film Wonka, the prequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Fans can get a shot at winning the so-called Xbox of chocolates by entering a global sweepstakes. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
All right, 519. Mike's tied up right now, so
we'll be here.
Let's get to Steven because we have a major incident on the screen behind us here.
Right behind us, we do actually have a crash there at 410, and it is slowing folks down. We showed you this as we went to commercial break. Not looking good for drivers out there, so let's give you that wider view from TransGuide as you take a look outside. We do have flashing lights, folks, and this is along 410 southbound near Dietrich Road. This is just one of the shots at I-10 that is slowing. That traffic's pretty much come to a complete standstill out there. Make sure to watch out for those first responders, and if you have to travel through there within the next few minutes, I would say look for a different route because this is not the place you want to be stuck in at this early in the morning. We take you to our map, 410 southbound, again, right there at Dietrich Road. You do see that buildup that is forming out in those southbound lanes, so just be on the lookout there and make sure that you watch again for those first responders. Let's hope everyone is doing okay out there, but our morning is pretty busy. Our TransGuide cameras are showing a lot of activity, and some of that is the overnight construction. Don't forget, barrier work is taking place here along US 90. This started overnight, but it's going to take us up to Wednesday, November 15th. That work will begin again tonight at 8:30 and finish around 5 in the morning. We'll see a full closure of the westbound main lanes from Acme Road to Military Drive. And again, our TransGuide cameras are showing that at least a few lanes are blocked. Scan this QR code and just get in the know before you have to go. There is plenty of work happening. We're going to track that crash, and I'll send a push alert out here in the next few moments just because, Mike, that crash looked pretty nasty. Folks are pretty much stuck there.
Yeah, it's early in the morning, too, and you know that traffic's just going to be continuing to build up in behind it. So, all right, thank you very much, sir. And again, there's that QR code that you can scan. Past few days have just been, throw the blanket back over your head and let sleeping dogs lie out there, but not the situation throughout the rest of the week. We do still have some clouds hanging around here by the airport as of right now, and you can see all of the, we had a few leftover sprinkles late yesterday, and those continue to move on out. Still a couple of clouds, but you look upstairs in the atmosphere, and we're really starting to dry out. Here's the water vapor imagery when you go up a few thousand feet up and off to the east. This is where you have a lot more moisture here, but when you get this darker shade and even that kind of sort of tannish shade there, that means it really dries out. So the very low cloud layer as of right now, and that will start to break up, and then we're going to have plenty of sunshine throughout the rest of the day. So cloudier skies this morning, that's holding temperatures in and actually preventing us from seeing a whole lot of fog around here because of all the moisture in the ground. And if skies were to clear out, then we would see some fog. So even in some of the low-lying areas, especially toward the hill country, just kind of keep that in mind this morning. By noon, we're going to be up to 67 degrees, then almost up to a normal high temperature, which is low 70s this time of year, 72. So we'll get up to 70 later on today. Plenty of sunshine around there. And as far as the humidity, still going to be comfortable enough. Again, we're going to have to watch it, I think, maybe tomorrow morning, even for a little bit of patchy fog around the area with the moisture in the ground. Humidity stays pretty good going into the rest of the week and the weekend. Then on Monday, that starts to go up, but that's going to then also be accompanied by a chance for some rain. So here's jumping ahead to Monday, because between now and then, just a lot of sunshine, a few more clouds on Sunday. And this is along a front that's going to be moving on in here. So we do have a chance for some rain developing throughout the day on Monday. And most of that should be gone by Tuesday. Maybe a couple of lingering showers around here, as well as some clouds hanging around. But what's going to be interesting is the cold air that comes in with that. So right now we've got the ridge that's sort of built in, and this is going to allow temperatures to warm up, getting up into the mid to upper 70s, slightly above normal as we go in through the latter portion of the week. By the weekend, we get a little bit of a front that's just going to sort of trim temperatures, keep things honest and keep us back down in the low 70s by the weekend. Then watch this big trough developing out here, and this is the one that's going to pull the front through on Monday, and that's really going to be cooling things down for the middle portion of next week. So as things are looking right now, it is definitely going to be chilly as you go into Tuesday, Wednesday, and also Thanksgiving. Here's what it looks like the next few days. The warming trend throughout the rest of the week. Mid-upper 70s, so slightly above normal. We keep things in check by the weekend, down to the low 70s. Coolish mornings, nice afternoons, and then that big front moves through Monday, and we'll have some rain on Monday, and then much colder in behind that.
Looks pretty for the most part.
It does look very nice, and as of right now, looks really nice for Thanksgiving. Maybe a couple of showers on Thanksgiving, but things can change between now and then. But
sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
524, 58 degrees.
Up next, Barbie wins an early award season honor, plus a first look at the Garfield movie.
Award season is upon us, and Barbie is already a winner.
CNN's Rick Damigella, tells us which award the film won and more in the Hollywood Minute.
I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies in play.
Barbie is celebrating her latest award. Greta Gerwig's vibrant film has won the Film Light Color Award for a theatrical feature. The honor was bestowed at the Energa Camera Image Cinematography Film Festival in Poland.
Who do you think you're talking to like this? Don't you realize I'm a grandmother?
Paramount has released a 4K Ultra HD edition of Terms of Endearment, celebrating the film's 40th anniversary. The film won 5 Oscars, including Best Director for James L. Brooks in his directing debut.
I just think Innocence is such a great thing to have going for you, which is another way of maybe of saying stupidity. It really does help. You only get it once in your life, and I was lucky to have it on that.
I apologize in advance. The eating you're about to see will not be pretty. And if you have young children, this would be a good time for them to leave the room.
Garfield makes it big. Here is your first look at the Garfield movie featuring the voice of Chris Pratt as the orange tabby with an extreme love of lasagna. Garfield rolls on to movie screens May 24th, 2024. Hiding the lasagna in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Oh, Garfield. 528, 58 degrees.
And we're just 3 days from a government shutdown if lawmakers in Washington don't act. Up next, why some Republicans are poised to block a new plan by House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Thanksgiving sides are expected to be more expensive this year. Up next, we'll show you some common sense ways to help you avoid those high price markups.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, a once-in-a-lifetime adventure for a local 3-year-old. How her parents introduced her to the nature in a big way.
And looking at TransGuide, here's our big issue right now at I-10 East at 410. Stephen Cavazos is tracking it for you. Next. And good morning. It's Tuesday, November 14th.
Thanks for joining us. Kind of a big mess on the roadway already.
Yeah, I mean, I-10, we have a shot there at 410. It's a crash that's been reported along the southbound lanes of 410. We do know that 2 lanes are blocked at this hour, and things aren't really moving. As we take a look with our TransGuide cameras, I mean, you can really see that things not looking great out there. I'm going to keep a very close eye on it. We'll give you that wider view of our screen, and you can see that our friends at TransGuide are giving us a scope of just how bad that traffic is looking. I'm thinking they're going to shut this down in just a few minutes, but I'll talk to our friends at TransGuide. And again, our friends over there are just scoping through the area to show us that first responders have laid out even more road flares. This is tough because it's hard to see how many vehicles may be involved in that crash or if there are any injuries, but we are seeing it's caused a big delay with traffic. And this is just a different view, again, from I-10 East at Loop 410. But remember, as we take you to our map, that crash is reported in the southbound lanes right there at Dietrich Road. I'm going to watch it very closely throughout the morning, but it's not looking good right now, especially as we do see more people wake up and get on the roadways. The wider view, things are still looking fine. A lot of that overnight work that we saw earlier has already cleared out, but the main problem spot is going to be here. And again, Mike, our friends over at TransGuide just giving us that closer view, but you mentioned this earlier. As the morning progresses, we see more vehicles out there, so more delays. People are going to want to avoid this.
Wow, what a mess. And yeah, again, big thank you to you folks over there at TransGuide for panning that camera for us so everybody can get the full view. Out there at the airport, and you don't really see it with some of those lights there, but we do have plenty of clouds still hanging around here this morning, but we're going to see more sunshine later on today. 58 degrees, so we are anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Relative to that temperature, a fair amount of humidity and a decent breeze out there. And thankfully, with all this moisture in the ground, we do have some clouds this morning. Otherwise, we'd be seeing some fog. That'll be something I think we might have to watch out for tomorrow. Mid 50s on average around the area, 59 at Converse. And then we've got Stinson as well as New Braunfels checking in at 60 right now. Mold is on the moderate side, and I have the feeling that's going to be staying moderate, maybe even a little higher, given the fact we've got all this moisture hanging around here. 67 degrees today at noon, and we are going to make it up to 70 in the clouds. It's just a low cloud deck right now, and a cloud ceiling, I should say, and then those will break up. We're going to see a lot more sunshine today, warm us up just about up to a normal high temperature. The trend is going to be for temperatures to warm up as we go on through the rest of the week, and then a little bit of a front moves through for the weekend, and then a big front moves through after that. We'll talk all about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark.
Thank you, Mike. San Antonio police appear to have run out of leads regarding the murder of a man last month. They have an appeal for information through Crime Stoppers. Our Katrina Weber is live where that murder happened on DeChantel Drive off of Fredericksburg Road and Vance Jackson. Now, Katrina, we know police told us at the time that the shooter was in a dark colored vehicle. Have they uncovered any other clues?
It doesn't seem that they have. In fact, that seems to be the biggest clue that they have at this time. But both police and the people here at this apartment complex want answers. Now, we covered the murder when it happened back on the early morning of October 18th. Police told us that 42-year-old Domingo Castaneda was standing in the front area of the DeChantel apartments when someone in a dark-colored sedan pulled up and shot him in the head. Castaneda was rushed to a hospital, but he died a few days later. Even after nearly a month, police have not caught his killer. Crime Stoppers released photos of Castaneda in the hope that they might jog someone's memory about what happened to him. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers. The number is 210-224-STOP or 224-7867. Reporting live on the Northwest Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. More trouble for a teen who was shot by a San Antonio police officer in a McDonald's parking lot last year. Police arrested Eric Cantu Jr. this past weekend. This was after someone called police about a disturbance at a Northside apartment complex. When officers went to one of the apartments, they found Cantu asleep inside, but he wasn't supposed to be there. They gave him a criminal trespass warning. But because he was also wanted on a separate felony evading arrest warrant for an incident that happened back in September, police also arrested him. Congress has 3 days left to pass a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown.
The new House Speaker has a plan to do just that. But as CNN's Amy Kiley reports, he might need bipartisan support to pass it.
Time is running out for Congress to avoid a government shutdown this weekend. Today is the first time the House is able to vote on Speaker Mike Johnson's two-step funding plan. But
right now, I oppose this measure. I think it's a mistake. I don't support the rule advancing it.
a handful of Johnson's fellow Republicans are poised to block it. If it can't even clear a procedural vote, Johnson might need support from Democrats. That's what cost former Speaker Kevin McCarthy the gavel.
Not commenting on it yet. We're working with everybody.
Representative Jim McGovern is the top Democrat on the Rules Committee. He says he thinks Johnson will bring the bill under suspension of the rules. That means it could skip the procedural vote, but it would need a 2/3 majority to pass.
For now, I am pleased that Speaker Johnson seems to be moving in our direction.
A source with knowledge of the matter says Johnson thinks he has bipartisan support from top congressional leaders.
House Republicans have produced a responsible measure that will keep the lights on.
Of course, the bill also needs support from President Joe Biden. Despite initial criticism, he's now signaling he might be willing to sign it.
We'll see what happens.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Also in Washington, a House committee will now discuss a resolution calling for the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The chamber voted 209 to 201 to move the privilege resolution to the Homeland Security Committee. 8 Republicans voted with Democrats. Democrats originally planned to try to kill the resolution, but decided with the vote to let the committee continue its investigation. The resolution filed last week accuses Mayorkas of high crimes and misdemeanors, especially related to the southern border crisis.
A congressman says he will introduce a House bill this week to call for a national ban on water beads. Now, the tiny beads are often sold as a toy to children, but a New Jersey lawmaker says they are dangerous and packages do not have warnings. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says if swallowed, the beads can possibly cause life-threatening injuries since they can grow inside the body. They may also require surgery to remove. A pediatric gastroenterologist says that water beads have been responsible for 4,500 emergency room visits nationwide since 2017. The congressman says he expects to get bipartisan support for that bill.
The National Association of Realtors says those buying most of the houses right now are, in their words, old and rich. According to them, the median age for a repeat buyer was 58. That's up significantly from a median age of 36 years old back in 1981. Older buyers are edging out younger ones who are struggling to get into the market for the first time due to surging interest rates and high home prices due to low inventory. Older buyers are also wealthier. That's because many of them sold their old homes and made a huge profit before buying another one. Home sellers are older too. The typical home seller was in 2023 was 60 years old.
And time now is 5:39 and 57 degrees for now.
If we're preparing Thanksgiving dinner this year, it's time to get serious since the holiday is quickly approaching. Up next, we take a closer look at what that turkey dinner may cost you this year and ways you can avoid spending so much.
And according to Mike, we may have a nice cool Thanksgiving, but for now we're at 57 degrees and expecting to see the sun later today.
5:43. If you're preparing Thanksgiving dinner this year, it's time to get serious since we're only days away from the holiday.
ABC's Rena Roy shows us what that dinner may cost you this year.
Inflation has slowed in recent months, but shoppers are still feeling the effects of higher prices this Thanksgiving.
For shoppers, every time they go into a supermarket, it is still sticker shock. Keep in mind that this year, over last year, prices are up about 2.4%, but that's on top of the 11.4% from the year before that.
Here's where prices are for some Thanksgiving dinner favorites this year, according to a Wells Fargo report. Turkey is down about 9% compared to last year, but ham is near an all-time high. Fresh cranberries are way down, but canned cranberries are way up. Sweet potatoes are up slightly, while russet potatoes are at all-time highs. And canned pumpkins are up about 30% from last year. Big grocery retailers are offering some deep discounts this Thanksgiving.
So I think what we're going to see this year in the supermarket world is, frankly, a price war as it relates to Thanksgiving.
Walmart is selling turkey for less than $1 a pound. Aldi is giving discounts of up to 50% on items like gravy, pumpkin pie mix, and pie crust. And Target is offering a Thanksgiving meal for four for under $25. So what's the best way to save money when you're shopping this year? Experts say stick to your shopping list. Retailers will offer discounts to try to get you into the store so you can buy additional items which you may not need right away. Compare prices and deals for things on your list at markets in your area and check for Thanksgiving coupons from your grocery store.
The one other thing that you want to do is you want to use your frequent shopper card at your grocer. So spend a few minutes, go online, look at your favorite retailer's website, and see what deals you can get.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Okay, 5:45, 57 degrees.
Look at the roads with TransGuide. Still problems out there looking at I-10 East at Loop 410 and a pretty shot there at I-37 at the Alamo Dome. We're going to get a check-in with our Stephen Cavazos very soon.
5:48, welcome back.
Yes, thanks for joining us, but we do have some problems on the roadways. Let's check in with our Stephen Cavazos.
We actually sent out a push alert a few moments ago, Steph, that notification about this situation that's happening right here behind me. We do have a major crash that was reported by KSAT, and it's impacting the southbound lanes of 410. This just happens to be the shot at I-10 East at Loop 410, and while it looks like there's no traffic going through there, it looks like they may have shut that down. I was talking to our friends at TransGuide about that a little bit earlier this morning, and we do know that it's a pretty serious crash, and crews are still out there on the scene. They were combing through the area, and you could see just how bad traffic was really backed up out there, and nothing's really changed on our map. That big stretch of red continues to build at 410 southbound right as you approach Dietrich Road. So we're going to keep our eyes on that throughout the morning, but it does seem to be the main issue as we get closer to that 6 a.m. hour. Something else that would slow folks down is the road work that's taking place here along I-35 northbound at Loop 410. This work should have wrapped at 5 this morning, but we still have those 2 lanes that are blocked there, and you can see drivers that are trying to navigate through that area are experiencing some trouble. I'll talk to our friends again at TransGuide, but it does look like there's some sort of delay that's holding folks up. Now, the wider view of the map, thankfully, is still pretty quiet for the majority of commuters that are hitting the roads in the next few minutes, but we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled for any problems, especially here at I-10 East at Loop 410. No traffic's going through there, so again, I'll talk to our friends over at TransGuide. They're combing through the area. Our friend Ish, who is just showing us the conditions, and really you don't see anything out there, but that's a good indication that they may have shut those roads down.
All right, lots going on.
Yeah, a lot going on in the traffic department.
Thank you, Stephen.
And once again, thank you to those folks over there for
big shout out.
Yes, keeping us updated.
Definitely do.
Being our camera operators on the fly. All right, again, the past couple of days, and these are just some pictures just to kind of cheer you up for the morning because, everybody was just kind of hunkered down, snuggled in, everything else. That's how you feel every morning, but especially when we had the rain out there. There's nothing out there. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Nothing out there right now. Just some clouds. There was a little bit of mist earlier this morning, maybe a couple of damp spots on the roads here and there. And temperatures we should be right around 50 this time of year around the area. So we're anywhere 5-10 degrees above normal. Really consistent thanks to the cloud cover and a fair amount of humidity out there. I mean, even though these numbers are well below the threshold where you start to feel the humidity relative to the temperature, hence the reason why it's called relative humidity. And that's not really going to be changing all that much. It's not like we're going to be seeing any blasts of really, really dry air coming on in here. Of course, that was the situation with that past front that moved on through. And That's going to be the case in through tomorrow. So what this will do with the dew point temperatures staying upper 40s, 50, doesn't allow temperatures to get any cooler than that. You can't drop down below what the dew point temperature is. Now, as far as today is concerned, clouds this morning going to clear out quite nicely because we got a lot of dry air upstairs. And so once these clouds start to break up, we're going to see a lot of blue skies out there. We'll make it up to 67 at noon, top off at 70 later on today. Just about a normal average high temperature, 72 to be exact. Now, around the country, there's not really any huge blasts of cold air. Yes, we do have some freezing temperatures up there, Bismarck, Chicago, Caribou, Maine, and there is a lot colder air sitting up there in Canada. This is going to start to make a move down here, but not until almost a week from right now. So as of right now, as you can see, the jet stream, kind of the dividing line up here between the really cold stuff and the warmer stuff, is way up there to the north, and this is why our temperatures are starting to warm up just a little bit with this ridge building on in here, and that's going to be the situation through the rest of the week. So we continue a slow increase in temperatures. Then we get into the weekend and notice this little bit of a northwesterly flow right here, so that's going to sort of keep things in check for the weekend, knock temperatures down to about normal readings. And then we get into Sunday and Monday, and we get another big chunk of cold air coming down here. This is going to bring a front on through. And also with the disturbance moving through, that's going to give us a few showers, and that chunk of cold air is going to be sitting in place for the middle portion of next week. So as of right now, it's looking like this is going to be setting us up for a cold middle portion of next week, including Thanksgiving. Today, 70, 73 tomorrow. We continue to add 2-3 degrees each and every day, get up to 78 on Friday. Then things get sort of trimmed a little bit toward the weekend. Good looking as far as the weather. And this weekend, if you are planning on, because I know a lot of kids have most all of next week, so if you're maybe hitting the road this weekend, heading to Grandma's house over the river and through the woods, not bad here in the state. Monday, as far as any weather, for driving, Monday we have that chance for some rain, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, not bad of next week.
That's not bad.
Nope.
It'll feel like Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike.
Time now is 5:53, 57 degrees.
Look at your winning lotto numbers. We have pick 3331, Fireball 0, Daily 4, 3298, Fireball 2.
Cash 5 numbers 3, 11, 22, 28, 30. Texas 2-step 1, 12, 14, 31 with a bonus ball of 17. And Powerball, you play that. We didn't forget you either. 24, 33, 35, 37, 42. Powerball 21, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on a story that we're all following closely. With 72 hours to go, the Speaker of the House is clashing with his own party over how to avert a government shutdown. Our Rachel Scott is right there on the Capitol Hill with what's at stake. And how airlines are bracing for the Thanksgiving holiday travel rush. Feels like we say it every year, but this one is expected to be the busiest ever. That and so much more on GMA.
Ahead in our next hour of GMSA, San Antonio police still looking for whoever stole 10 of their bikes from a parking garage last week. What you can do to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Plus, SAPD and Crime Stoppers need your help to solve a murder case from just last month. Our Katrina Weber is live this morning with what police are saying about a suspect so far. And up next, we're tracking the potential fallout from SAIC's decision to close over a dozen schools as part of its so-called right-sizing plan, how it could affect families across that district. And TransGuide is active this morning, and there's one of our big spots right now, I-10 East at Loop 410. We've got a lane closure, and that's just one of the spots that we are tracking here on GMSA. Much more to come and an update on your forecast for this Tuesday, November 14th.
Let's look out there with live cam, starting your morning in the 50s again, nice and cool, but good news is Mike says we're going to see the sun again.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Tuesday, November 14th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good Monday and a rise and shine. Grab the jacket for now, but we're hoping, well, maybe not a warm up, but at least see the sun.
That's right. And if we don't see the sun today, we're going to write a very strongly worded letter to Mike Osterhage.
Okay.
It's on you now.
In longhand, right? And
yeah, cursive.
Yeah, we are going to see sunshine today, and we've got some low clouds hanging around here right now. A lot of dry air upstairs, so it's not going to take much for these clouds to break up. Some may linger here and there, but yeah, it's going to be a nice day, and yes, it will be warming up because we haven't seen a normal high temperature. Last time we said that, haven't seen a normal high temperature in it seems like a long, long time. It was a beautiful weekend with that rain, but now it's time to dry out just a little bit. We still have a few clouds hanging around here, but as you can see, we can see a couple of airplanes there way off in the distance, and temperatures are in the mid-50s on average, 60 at both New Braunfels, Stinson, Randolph 58, 52 Bernie Stage, and even upper 40s at Lost Maples. Mold on the moderate side this morning. Updated count comes out about 7:30 or so. We keep clouds around this morning, and then we're going to start, like I said, to see more sunshine and kind of a mixture of sun and clouds by noon, 67 degrees, and then we are going to be almost up to a normal high, up to 70 high temperature later on with plenty of sunshine. And that's going to be the trend with lots of sunshine throughout the rest of the week. So like I said, a nice opportunity to dry out, and temperatures are actually going to be warming up. We can almost add close to 10 degrees to these numbers by Friday. We're going to be in the upper 70s. Then we get temperatures trimmed a little bit by the weekend. Then get ready because a big cold front's going to be moving through here next week. All the details on that and what it may mean for Thanksgiving coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Cavasso, is still a big problem on the southeast side, right?
Yeah, hands are full over here, Mike, as we get a look there at I-10 East at Loop 410. Right now, we do know that there is a crash that's been reported, and the latest information that we've received is that they've shut down that road there. Remember, this is 410 southbound as you approach Dietrich Road. This is just the view from I-10 East at Loop 410. I've been stepping in and out of the studio, talking to our friends at TransGuide, working to get some information, but we do know it's a pretty serious crash, so it would be best to avoid this area if you have to travel through. Start planning your commute ahead of time, because take a look at this huge stretch of red right there in those southbound lanes as you approach Dietrich Road. I don't expect that to change anytime soon, but here's the thing. We've entered 6 a.m., so that's when things really start to get busy out there on the roadways as more people wake up and get the commute rolling. Avoid that area, folks. I do want to take a drive up here because we do have a new incident to report. This is another crash reported at I-35 northbound at Thousand Oaks Drive. Our friends at TransGuide are working to show us the conditions out there because there are a few cameras that are within that corridor that could show us what's going on. But remember, there's also that road work that's still active, and this is still going on. This should have finished around 5 this morning. So I-35 northbound right there at that interchange of 410, we have 2 lanes still blocked. It is a mess over here on the northeast side and the southeast side, but we're going to track these areas very closely throughout the morning. And of course, any updates, make sure to have your KSAT mobile app downloaded and the notifications turned on, because we let you know about this before you have to hit the roads. I'll have another update coming up a little bit later on in the newscast. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Now to our top story this morning. San Antonio ISD's board has officially voted to approve its staff's right-sizing recommendations to allow the district to, quote, more efficiently use its resources.
Yeah, the district said during last night's meeting it will reallocate more resources to education for students and less for building maintenance. So the closures include Forbes Elementary, Huppert's Elementary, Lowell Middle School, and Lamar Elementary. The board delayed its decision on Rodriguez Montessori until December 11th to hold a community meeting before a final vote.
Board members also directed district staff members to come up with a transition plan to support the needs of those affected.
I would love for the community to understand the reason behind the right-sizing recommendation to make sure that we are able to deliver on the promise of high-quality education for all students. Right now, we're not delivering on that, and we need to do better for our students.
For now, the district is asking staff to gather a panel of citizens with staff support to help repurpose the vacated buildings. You can find a full list of which schools are being closed, redesigned, or relocated online at KSAT.com right now.
Police in Pearland near Houston say 2 people have been arrested and a 19-year-old is still on the run after a shooting that killed a 10-year-old boy at a flea market. 4 others were also hurt in the shooting, and right now investigators are looking for David Negrete, and police say he is armed and dangerous. They also arrested 2 other teens for tampering with evidence.
San Antonio Crime Stoppers asking for your help and information behind the murder of Domingo Castaneda just under a month ago. The 42-year-old was shot and killed on October 18th. Police say he was standing in the front area of the Deschantel Apartments on the city's northwest side when someone in a dark-colored sedan pulled up and shot him in the head. Castaneda was rushed to a hospital, died a few days later. Anyone who has information on this deadly shooting is urged to call Crime Stoppers. The number 210-224-STOP or 224-7867.
In Austin, border security is a top priority for Texas House lawmakers as they continue a fourth special session. They're set to hear a second reading of two Senate bills passed last week. Now, Senate Bill 3 would allocate $1.5 billion for law enforcement and work on the border wall. Senate Bill 4 would allow law enforcement to arrest those who illegally cross the border on a state charge. Texas senators also passed two education bills last week. Now, both have been referred to a House committee, but a hearing has yet to be scheduled.
Looking ahead, thousands are expected today in Washington, D.C. for a march in support of Israel.
The Department of Homeland Security is designating the rally as a level 1 security event, its highest level of risk.
Meanwhile, as ABC's Justin Finch reports, there's growing concern about Gaza's hospitals caught in the crossfire.
Overnight, final preparations on the National Mall for today's March for Israel in Washington, D.C. With organizers expecting a crowd of tens of thousands, security is top of mind. D.C.'s mayor also requesting support from the National Guard amid rising threats, though law enforcement officials are not tracking any specific actionable threat to the march. Homeland Security officials are classifying the rally as a level 1 security event, its highest designation.
You can hear the tank firing down the street.
In the war zone, Gaza's overwhelmed hospitals facing increasing danger. The Israeli Defense Forces taking ABC's Matt Gutman inside a northern Gaza children's hospital that the IDF says Hamas militants were using as a command post and even to hold hostages.
Those AK-47s look pretty old and rusty. I mean, was this a crack force that was here?
No. Some of the gear was operationally gear, but also some of the terrorists fled away. It shows us the war machine Hamas is conducting from hospitals.
The IDF also claiming Hamas turned the nearby Al-Shifa hospital into a stronghold. Two White House officials saying the U.S. has intelligence supporting that. But doctors refute that, saying the hospital is no longer functioning and had to remove premature babies from incubators without electricity. President Biden reiterating his concerns about conditions surrounding that critical hospital.
And it's my hope and expectation that there will be less intrusive action relative to the hospital. The hospital must be protected.
The White House also saying the U.S. is continuing to work on getting fuel supplies to Gaza's hospitals and allowing evacuations for patients in danger. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, it's Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, and for the next 90 days, San Antonio area nonprofits and agencies are teaming up to house 90 families. Tomorrow, Haven for Hope will host an unsheltered open house where people can get anything from food to haircuts, toiletries, even some blankets for the upcoming winter months. That starts at the Resource Center from 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow evening.
Meanwhile, as we approach the holidays, small businesses are asking people to shop local because they're being hit hard by inflation. KSAT checked in on some entrepreneurs this week, like Cindy Grome. Now, her 70-year-old sewing machine company opened a second location just as the pandemic hit. She is managing by offering sales and expertise. However, cost of machines, fabric, and everything else are way up.
So it's been really tough because the manufacturers, some of them have even raised their prices like 3 times in a year. And so what's hard, though, is that while they raise cost, they're not raising the suggested retail price.
Small business inflation hits hard. We don't have the option to buy in bulk to take advantage of some of the volume discounts that you're going to get.
And at this mom and pop gelato shop in Helotes, the owner tells us that he is operating day to day and right now isn't sure his business will survive. Entrepreneurs can take advantage of free consulting and training workshops at UTSA's Small Business Development Center.
Right now on KSAT.com, Christmas is only 41 days away, and Hallmark has already started premiering its annual slate of holiday movies. Mike calls this the most wonderful time of the year. New movies are premiering every Thursday, and we have a list of the latest movies. You can read the descriptions of each, and we'll be updating that list all season long. I would love Mike's recommendations as well.
I know. Maybe we need to put one together.
Podcast.
Let it snow.
Okay, one to start with, let it snow. And before we go to break, if your favorite holiday tradition is grabbing a blanket, a hot drink, and the TV remote, this might be the job for you. So CableTV.com is looking for a chief of cheer to watch 25 movies in 25 days.
The chosen candidate has to keep track of each flick and rank them based on nostalgia, heartwarming storytelling, and holiday cheer. For their work, the Chief of Cheer will get $2,500 plus a year's subscription to 7 streaming services, which they'll have to cancel at a later date.
The best part, though, there is no list to stick to. The winner gets to pick their favorite holiday movie, whether that's a Hallmark rom-com, an animated classic, or an action thriller like Die Hard. So CableTV.com is accepting applications on their website through December 1st.
Anybody interested here in the studio? No?
No.
Is Die Hard?
Some people put it on the list.
Okay.
Mike says no, but some
Mike
people...
says no. Mike
I mean,
says
it's not. It doesn't give you that warm, fuzzy feeling for sure.
So you don't expect to see Die Hard on Hallmark Channel during the holidays, Mike?
No.
Probably not. No.
It's not a Christmas.
I understand. Some people think it is, though. Just to be fair. Somebody give him a hug. 6:11, 57 degrees.
Thank you, Steph.
After the break, our Sarah Spivey takes us to a special place known for all their fall colors.
Outside with live cam, it's still a bit on the cool side. We may all need a hug this morning, but it's going to be a good day. Oh, thank you, Steph. But the sun will be out later on today, and that'll be a nice change of pace after the last 3 or 4 days. Be right back.